Like, it's not even cold enough to snow. It's literally sunny, but there's snow coming. Not mad about it. It's kind of funny. Hello. It's the song, Neenies. It's our song. 7-foot frame, rats along his back when he calls you. So this week, instead of a weekly vlog, it's just going to be like a little day in the life because we have, Robin has a hospital appointment this afternoon. So I thought we could just make a whole vlog of that really. So it is coming up to 1 o'clock. And we are making our way there now. I just got some fuel. I get nervous about going. I've been a final day and now it's time to go. I'm like nervous, not even for the appointment, just for just getting there, getting parked, all that stuff, you know. Parking situation, I either, thanks automatic car for almost strangling me, I either like get parked there straight away and then we're there for ages because we're like early, or I'm driving around for ages and it's stressful, and sometimes I have to park in the A&E department, which is a completely separate like section, and we have to walk all the way around, and it's not fun trying to park there. So I do like to try and leave early. Having a stressful time at the minute because you may have seen in my last vlog, in like the background of the kitchen, like a brown stain, and that is because our upstairs neighbour has had a leak. Like a slow leak for a little while now, and it's just gotten really bad, and my electrics have had to be switched off. Not my electric, just my light in the kitchen's had to be switched off. And yesterday someone came and had to like rip open my ceiling. So I've got like massive holes in my ceiling now because they couldn't find the source of the leak, and they needed to confirm whether it was my leak or upstairs' leak, even though I knew it was upstairs' leak. So then he was like, right, he couldn't, no one was answering upstairs, even though they are aware of this problem. No one was answering, the lights were on, the car was there, no one was answering, and the guy was like, had to go because there's nothing they can do for me until they get into the upstairs property. So he was like, he put plastic sheeting down everywhere, buckets, and he was like, I'm really sorry. He said it will get sorted today because you've been put down as critical. If no one comes in the day, then it'll be then put onto the out of hours guy. I was like, right, okay, fine. Needless to say, no one came again yesterday, and I know that that's all down to the fact that they could not get a hold of my upstairs neighbour. That's what was holding it back, and just because I know the way my neighbour is, he's just a difficult guy. So I don't know if he's purposely being difficult or if there is something else going on, but so yes, someone came out today and they came into mine again. And they were like, yep, it's definitely from upstairs. And I'm like, I know. So they actually had access to his property today, and they think they know where the leak is coming from, but they're not 100% sure. So I'm a bit worried that they're going to be wrong, and it's just, I don't know. But I'm going to have like holes in my ceiling for a while because everything has to dry out before it can be like replastered and stuff, which is like, I don't even mind having the holes in the ceiling. Like, I actually don't even care. It's just the fact that it's still actively leaking. So I've got plastic sheets on my air fryer, partially on my cooker. Like, it's really hard. It's just really awkward and hard work at the minute. So that is the leak update. But anyway, we are, like I said, heading to hospital now. I did ring and double check that I was allowed to bring Haven, because I know that last year when I took her, like, they were really strict on COVID restrictions. Just realised I haven't bought a mask. They did say I didn't need one. Just realised I haven't bought one anyway. Yeah, because that was a whole thing that was stressing me out about who I could leave Haven with, because like she doesn't cope well being with other people, and other people don't feel comfortable having her because of the way that she is, and also like people work. Jamie's mum's also got a hospital appointment today in a different hospital, so like there just wasn't really any option, and I really didn't want Jamie to have to take a day off work because he's taking a lot of, like, not days off, but he's doing a lot of sort of shorter hours at the minute to accommodate his visits with Harvey, and obviously his boss isn't going to be thrilled about that, so like I don't want to add to his stress. So anyway, it's fine, I can bring Haven. Got like all our paperwork, and when I brought, I don't think they want to, I'm sure that they won't need to see one, but I brought one of her like emergency drink sachets, just because it says that you're supposed to bring any medication that they're on, and that's the only thing that she takes. I've brought her little nursery bag, which is handy actually because it has food diaries in it from nursery, because I know that I'm going to get asked about what she eats, because the appointment is with her consultant, but it's also her metabolics team as well. There's going to be like 4 or 5 people there. So yeah, her consultant, dietitian, can't remember who the other people even are, metabolic nurse maybe, I don't know. But basically I had to ask for this appointment. She's supposed to be seen every 6 months. She hasn't been seen for a year. I had to ask for this appointment because I feel like she was getting forgotten about, honestly. Just because, and I think that's partially my fault, because I'm not emailing her consultant every time she has an episode anymore, because we're not going into hospital. Before she had her emergency drinks, I would have to email him to let him know that we were coming into hospital because she was so poorly, whereas now we can manage it all at home. So it feels a bit silly me emailing him being like, she's having an episode, and then, but we're staying at home, everything's fine. Do you know what I mean? So I need to like clarify with them like what I'm meant to be doing when she's having an episode. Do they really need to know every single time? I don't know. I just have some questions basically about the recovery drinks, like what effects do those have on teeth? So she's 4 and she hasn't been to the dentist yet, purely because of COVID and stuff, and there are just like no NHS dentists in our area. I was hoping to get seen myself, because obviously with me having a baby, you get NHS dental care, and it's just not happened. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have to like pay for private, but obviously that's not really, I think some dentists are doing like affordable private care for children because it is so hard to get children in. I want to know if she's actually going to be formally diagnosed with this, because she's starting school this year, and I would really like her to have a proper diagnosis before I have to do all the school paperwork, because I feel like it's going to be just a nightmare otherwise, me writing suspected on everything. And also, if she needs sort of like special permission to bring certain foods into her packed lunch, I should think that'd be easier for me to do if she has an actual diagnosis. I'm curious if they have anything to say of her CGM monitoring that she had in the summer. So she had a little, like usually like diabetics have them, a little monitor. It's got like a tiny little needle inside, and it sat on her tummy. Most people wear them on their arms, and it was just constantly reading her blood sugars and her ketones. And we had a letter, and it just was like her sugars were the lowest here and ketones highest there, and that was the letter. And the whole point of that was to eliminate any other potential like illnesses, diseases, so that she could get formally diagnosed with KH. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but I say ketotic hypoglycemia, but I don't know if it's ketotic. I don't know. Can I overtake this van as well? Yeah, why not? I'm going for gold, guys. Also a bit concerned. Oh, I want to know if it's like, what's the word? Hereditary, genetic. If Haven can get it, basically. If it's likely that Haven will also develop it. I want to know about sort of the correlation with children that have this and children that then go on to develop an eating disorder, because eating habit, that is a genuine concern that I have at the moment. Obviously for when she's older. I would love to be the kind of parent like, oh, if you're not hungry then that's fine, don't eat, like listen to your body, that kind of thing, but we literally can't do that. Like that would be neglectful of me to just let her not eat. So I feel like she just has a pressure on her to eat, and she definitely feels that pressure, and it's horrible. And I like try to remain calm about it when she's not eating, and I try to get her to eat, but it's really hard, I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard. So, and I've spoken to some other parents in a Facebook group that also have that concern as well. So, but I don't know if it's like well established enough that there are actually studies on that yet, or if like our kids are sort of the first, not the first generation to have it, but like the first generation that are like known to have it, because whenever I tell people about it, they have absolutely no clue what it is. They've never heard of it. They think it's diabetes, and I've said it's not diabetes. And so yeah, I think that's everything that I want to ask. And then yeah, so I've been rambling on for 20 minutes. I'll try and edit that down for you. This is why I've decided just to do a daily vlog and not a weekly vlog. So yeah, we'll see you guys in a little bit. This does not look good. Just pulled up. There's just queues in the car park. There's people just left their cars on like double yellows. God. This is what makes me stressed out about this vlog. This is just my worst nightmare. Because people have just left their cars on double yellows. I don't even know if it's worth me trying in there. I might just go this way. I don't know whether to try the A&E maternity section and come back and see if there's anything over there. I'm pretty sure that's patient. I mean, that is no. The thing is, there's a space in there, but it's tight. It's too tight for me. Everyone's just driving around, so I think I might go to A&E, see if there's anything over there, but I doubt there is. If this is full, A&E will definitely be full. If I have to, I'm gonna have to just leave it on a double yellow, aren't I? Like, what else can you do? If nothing's in A&E, then I'm gonna have to come back here and just park on double, like drive around, and then until it's time to go in, and then I'm just gonna have to park on double yellows. The A&E car park is like tiny, so, well, it's not tiny, but it's much smaller than the main car park. So I'm thinking if the main car park is totally full, then the A&E car park is going to be even fuller. So I think it's safe to say there's not a chance in hell. No stopping, no waiting, no loading. Because I know, no, there's people waiting in here. There's nothing to be done, is there? There's just nothing to be done. And they've put all these barriers up. Do I have to get a ticket? I don't know. No. Right, you're reversing back and I'm in front of a barrier. Oh, they're going in that parking space, fair enough. That is the tiniest parking space I've ever seen in my life, friend. Right, I'm gonna get out of the way before that barrier smacks down on my car. Ay. Right, this car park is also full. People have parked, just like left their cars here, there, everywhere. So there is a space there, but I cannot do it. There's also a space there, but I can't do it. It's all too narrow. There's also a space there, far too narrow. I hate this. This is when, like, I wish that I had Jamie with me or something. This is why it's good to have someone else with you, because then they can just drop you off and drive around if they need to. It's 1:45, her appointment's at 2:30, but obviously we have to get the pram out, get the girls out, walk to the ward. So, like, I need to be out of the car at 2:15, basically. This is, I have to say, this is the first time I've ever seen people struggling to get parked in disabled, because there's a whole disabled, that's all purely disabled over there. There's lots of disabled in the main car park, and then there was another just disabled car park at the back, and people are just like queuing in their cars in the disabled car park, just waiting for someone to come out. I don't think I've ever seen that here before. Right, I wish people would indicate where they're going on a roundabout. I don't like these barriers that are new. I don't like those. Make me a bit anxious. Like, am I gonna get stuck in here? Oh, is that? No, I literally thought I just drove straight to a space then. It's a zebra crossing. They just got parked. Lucky you. How nice it is to be you, Hans. Even if I find a space, it's getting into the space. It's so tight around here. The spaces are too tight. There's also a space there, but it's too tight for me. That's not a space, is it? There's no way I've just parked here. There's no way this has just happened to me. I don't know if I'm disabled or something. I don't think so. I also can't see any lines. Oh yeah, I'm right. I've got parked. How's that happened? There's 2 spaces here. I don't know how I've done this. I literally don't know how I've done this. I've just got parked. This isn't disabled, right? Welcome to patient. No, disabled's that side. Is Haven awake, darling?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So Riley's school is on, well, the teacher's on strike tomorrow and the school is shutting down. But I always said to Jamie, I said, this is really frustrating. I don't disagree with teachers striking, by the way. I'm just saying this is frustrating because Thursdays are his forest school days, and forest school is separate to his school. So that's really a shame because that's like the one day of school that he likes. So Jamie's just had a text saying that it's on as normal, so. I bet he's all excited thinking he's got the day off tomorrow, and I'm gonna be like, guess what, hun? You still gotta go to forest school. I'd much rather him be, because they're also not setting any home learning to do when they're striking now. So they did on the first one, but they've changed their minds about it. So I much rather he would do that than just be at home all day. I'm gonna go sort this bottle out in a minute. Is he looking at the window? Okay, so it is now almost 4 o'clock and we are heading out of the hospital now. Actual appointment was really short. It's just the waiting around, and I think they're running quite behind. They seemed a bit frazzled by the time the end of our appointment was. Yeah, it was a bit, I don't know really what I was expecting. I guess I was hoping it would come out with a diagnosis today. We haven't. Well, they have said they still think it is the KH, but they still want to do like more tests. So basically the last time that we were in clinic, she did a urine sample and there were like ketones in there, which was it's a bit odd because usually she only gets ketones in her urine if she's like unwell, having an episode kind of thing, but she was like normal, everything was fine, blood sugar was fine. So they're a bit like, that was a bit weird. We have a blood sugar monitor at home. I don't really use it too often, to be honest. I only use it if I'm really sort of a bit concerned that, I don't know, she might be dangerously low, or she's ill and I don't know if she's got a bug or if it's an episode kind of thing. But just because it's like traumatizing for her to have it done. But they're going to give me a monitor that also measures ketones, which would be just so much better. They also want us to do like a week of monitoring, not with the CGM, just like me testing her blood sugar and ketones at home, and then keeping a bit of like a food diary kind of thing, just to figure out sort of what's going on. I don't know. And then I've also figured out who I need to be contacting when she does have episodes, because basically I haven't been contacting them because we've been managing really well at home, and I just wasn't sure if I was meant to be contacting anyone, who it was. And so because I haven't been, they've obviously been thinking that she's fine, and she is getting better, but she's still having episodes, which obviously they haven't known about. Yeah, now I know what I need to do when she has an episode, who I need to speak to. The recovery drinks that she has, unfortunately they are damaging to teeth, so I do need to get her into a dentist, even if I have to pay privately. She needs to go to a dentist because they said that they would probably put fluoride on her teeth to straighten them, and they said something about even possibly sealing her back teeth, which sounds extreme, but obviously to preserve. It's not a genetic disease, so hopefully Haven won't have it as well. Obviously she could have it as well, but there's no real reason for me to think that she will have it. I also don't think she's gonna have it just because they're so different. Like Robin was always a very small baby. She's still really on the small side now. I just feel like her body doesn't store stuff, whereas Haven is, I can't see, Haven is a chunk, so they've just got different body types. So I don't think I could be wrong obviously, but I don't think she's gonna have it. They're confident it's something Robin's gonna outgrow. The one thing I forgot to ask is about like eating disorders. It's just a bit like when you're in the moment and there's like not a whole room full of people, but like there's a team of people and they're all looking at you and they're like taking notes of things that you say, and it's just, I find it a bit intense, you know, but it was fine. Then Robin had to give a sample. I just think there's got to be a better way to do this stuff. Like, thankfully they gave me a wide pot, not the skinny like test tube ones. However, that is still like almost impossible. Anyway, so we went to do it. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to embarrass her. It was a total disaster, guys. Thank God I brought her nursery bag, so we had clean dry clothes to change into, is all I'm gonna say about the situation. But obviously we were in this toilet, like it was a large toilet, but I had me, Robin and Haven in the pram, and then obviously I've got like all our bags and stuff, and I'm trying to get clothes out the bag, and it felt very small in there, and it was very hot and like claustrophobic. But we're on our way home. Then Robin didn't want to come home, did you? Why didn't you want to go home? She's shrugging her shoulders. Is it because of the toys that they had at hospital? Yeah. She was getting stuck in and playing. It was quite busy there actually today. Usually when we go it's really like quite quiet. But yeah, so yeah, heading home. They did say that we will get seen in another 6 months. Haven was... Did you think Haven was really good, Robin? She didn't really cry much, did she? She was starting to get a bit whingy at the end. The actual appointment, she was fine. I think because there was like different people talking, she was just looking at them, trying to figure them out. But then like, and then like before the appointment, she was fine because there was different sort of toys for her to play with. But then afterwards, like when we went, we had to do the urine sample. I don't think she liked being in the little like toilet cubicle and stuff. And she could probably pick up on that. Me and Robin were like stressing out. We were both like ah, and yeah, I don't even know, that's the point, I don't even know if we left enough of a sample, but I was just like, we're going, I'm not staying here all day. Anyway, I'm gonna head off now because this is gonna be such a long vlog. I've got to edit it down, and we want to listen to some music. Do you want to listen to some music now, Noonies? Yeah, she's lost her voice for some reason, so. Oh, this song. Do you remember this song, Noonies? Yeah. Well, you already are running to the road. Right, you're gonna go right, that's it. What? That one? Or actually, we'll get this. That's it, that's all we need. Right, we're gonna go this way now. Which way do you think we should go? Okay. You're Sissy running. Whoa, you look like Spider-Man then. You look like Spider-Man then. You did like a superhero crouch.